everyone. I hope everybody's had a good day. And yes, we are Maryam on again, and now we have lost her. She'll be back soon, I hope. In the meantime, I will do a belly dance. No, I'm just waiting for Maryam to come back, and so I will. She will come back in shortly. We hope. So anyway, good evening, guys. I hope you're well and doing okay. It's good to see. Well, um, don't forget my book, and there's more to life than this. And hello, everybody, and please make sure you get my book. In a minute, we have Maryam and Moshi on. Very good artist, talented, really talented person. So she'll be on in due course. And stay with us. We've got lots on for tonight. Lots of entertainment on. Some nice people, some good topics, and don't go away. So we're just waiting for Maryam to come back. Won't be long, hopefully. Yep, so yeah, so anyway, so Maryam's a talented artist. She's been in doing some films. And there you go. Um, so please tune in and we can have a chat. I don't know where she's gone, but we might have.
Hello, I don't know what's happening with all the technical glitches. I'm back.
Whoa.
The whole thing froze again, so I've changed devices. I thought maybe it's device related. So,
Okay, so we left off yesterday about talking about um, um, the video that you made. There's a video that you made,
yes,
and
it was the Flux music video.
that's it. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to look for it. It was last night, so I've moved
Yeah.
on since then. So, what was the idea about the Flux video then?
So, sorry, I also had a little bit of a I just ate something and it went to my throat. It's got stuck. So in this video, you can see that there's like a lot of people that are frustrated. So there is this diversity, as you said, it's very diverse. You can really see the different type of people, different races, and very different faces are sorry, expressing frustration and anger. And I think, in my opinion, it's showing like an end of an era. It's like an end because the whole thing ends with the main figure lighting a match, and it's like she wants to burn, like she's basically like, she wants to burn herself. And this match by this this as she ignites the match, it's like the end of an era. It shows an end of a world. And my character and the whole thing that just kind of came together as well. So, because he obviously had the idea, but the way things came together, it's like the piece of work had a mind of its own. It's usually that's the case when you're doing art, creating a work of art. It sometimes has a mind of its own. So the way I looked and what I was wearing skull necklaces around my neck. Like there's a jewelry that's got like tiny skulls. And he immediately thought, okay, no, I need you to put you on the barrel and kind of bring you in the front, because you're really representing this Kali character. And the character of Kali is the goddess in Hindu culture, that she basically is the symbol of destruction and rebirth. So when like she represents this really scary, and her imagery is this really scary woman, and she's got really big eyes, she's got her tongue out, and she's got the skull of necklace, like that. She's basically got like a whole necklace made of heads, and
scary.
She's very scary. She's representing the end of a cycle. It's terrifying, but when you see her, it's the end of time. So, and this is also showing that kind of an end of a cycle, an end of time. And I think the world as we knew it ended. So we're living in a very new world. So I think it's just mirroring that in a way in this music video, and all the build up of frustration, and it's a bit biblical as well, you know, like when you think of end of time and end of day.
But the trouble is, people, sorry, Maryam, for butting in, but people will kind of say different, because you're saying a bit biblical for the end of days or the end of time.
Yeah.
But because they could look at that and say, well, that's not the case. That could be like the occult, what you're doing. Or that could, yeah. Well, it would show that, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say you mean like you're representing the occult. No. I mean, this is just it's an expression. This is an expression of an end, showing the end of a cycle, and it's like taking a snapshot of and because all of these like you can look at it. And you know, the meaning of occult means hidden. So they're just using the word occult. It doesn't necessarily mean anything negative necessarily. It means it's hidden.
So it's the occult I meant, because the trouble is, you'll see, people might look at that, right? And about the skulls and everything else like that.
These are all symbols. These are all archetypes.
Yeah, but I'm only flipping on the side when people watch that, right? People watch that video, and there's some yesterday who was contacting me, and they were saying, you know, what is this? Why are you playing this? And I said, well, it's a musical video. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I understand why people would consider those things occult, which just means hidden. The word occult just means hidden. And I know that why certain symbolisms can be scary, because it's used in a dark way, and because people that practice dark arts and coming from that kind of, you know, you can see as like the symbols that is used in Satanism and all the scary stuff.
Yeah.
But when you look into symbols and why we use them, the symbols, for example, symbol of skulls is something that existed always. It's the sign of we can see it as a sign of death and rebirth, and is something that is part of life. Acknowledging death is part of life, and it's just something that exists in all cultures. And maybe like the more we want to focus on when you're looking at nature, death is so much part of nature. So having that symbol doesn't mean there's anything evil. Doesn't mean there's anything. It's just basically pointing out and looking at a very kind of a real symbol that is part of our life. So it's looking at the cycles. So really, the symbol of skull doesn't have necessarily a negative meaning.
No, I
Once
totally,
you-
I
sorry.
totally agree with that. I totally agree what you're trying to say, and well done on the video. I loved the musical video; it was really good, and that
It's a beautiful,
video.
and it was an honor. It was so lovely being part of it. But I mean, what I'm trying to say in the end is like, you can use every symbol to do bad things. You can abuse different things, and it's really based on your intention. If you mean to do harm, or if you mean to kind of put a bad, I think it's all about intention and what you're personally trying to say, and the energy that you put into it, the mindset that you put into it. So when you have when you can blind people with light, you can really confuse people with light. When the light is shining so hard in your eyes, you can really get lost. So it's really what the intention is. So an intention of this video is about telling a story of ending a cycle. You're showing an ending, you're showing the frustration and the build up and the end of something that is like, imagine a bubble that is bursting, and it's a story of our time and a story of what's going on everywhere. You see different places, it's just all this build up, there's always this frustration, and we've experienced that as well. So it's like kind of portraying that. It's like a snapshot of what's going on in the world and in our time, what's happening in our time. So it's just a mirror to that mainly.
Yeah.
Nothing evil.
No,
I mean,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What it is,
yeah, no, and I understand why people would think, oh, like because you would associate certain symbols with very dark things. But we're scared of dark things because dark things are scary. And like the symbol of skull and skeletons is something that has always been with us in all cultures. And a way, when we're kind of using these symbols, is in a way we want to face those fears, and we want to overcome our fear of death, which is just something that we're all going there. So it's and during these times of Halloween, and it's a really perfect time to face our fear of death and also remember those that have died. So I think it's a very special time these days. Very, very special.
right? Okay. No, it was just some of my audience. What they were doing yesterday, they were kicking off, going, why is this? What they're doing, things like that. And we get two sides of the story on here. So
Of course.
when I start interviewing people, I've got asked the two sides of the story. It's like another question yesterday too, about the video again, about the video that you were taking in. How it was. People were saying how it was portrayed, and the faces of people. It's a bit scary. I said, well, it is Halloween. You know what I mean?
But
And
yeah, it was Halloween. It wasn't, but I mean, I think it's appropriate during Halloween time to look at scary things.
well, I thought it was damn good.
Yeah, no,
And
I think it's also looking into how we're all kind of sometimes shying away from expressing negative emotions, and how we don't want to show them, or how we don't want to acknowledge them, or mental illness and everything that all the frustration that many people are feeling during difficult times. So this was also showing that, like how, and when we were filming, it was very interesting how we were all waiting for this moment to scream, like how much we needed to express ourselves, how much was all like the frustration during the lockdown, and all the scary things that's been going on and still going on during the pandemic, and how everybody needed a way to release that. And doing this video was a fantastic opportunity for that, and we could see how much we needed that to express our frustration and express our fear and express our anger and everything. It's been a very difficult time for everybody, and this was just, and how important it is to have these moments so we could do that.
yeah, if anybody, yeah, yeah. If
It
anybody, if no one
is.
saw, yeah, if no one saw the video last night, I'm going to play it again, and I don't care what people say. At the end of the day, everybody's got their opinions, and I think it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everybody has the right to like something and dislike something. Like that's the beauty of art. Everybody has their own personal connection,
Let's watch
and
the
there.
video.
Yeah, let's watch it. And could you enlarge it? Yeah,
I've done.
excellent. Yeah.
Well, well done.
Oh, oh, I felt good seeing it again. I love it. I personally love it so much, and I knew it was
It's a
gonna look
piece.
amazing.
It's a piece of art, isn't it?
It is. I mean, Greg, who's the artist. I forgot the artist name. CFT and NFT. Um, um, yeah. I've seen his artworks as well. He's a beautiful artist, and this is all like having started as a visual artist, and also he was a dancer as well. So just an amazing artist, um, and it is controversial, so a lot of
Mm,
people might like it, or they might yeah, and that's when you make something which is when you make something from the heart, and when you want to express something that is just basically yeah, that is very, it has a very close kind of meaning to you. You might not everybody's gonna like it, because you're not doing something to necessarily please people, or basically, yeah, it's not pretty. It's intense. It's intense, and
yes.
not everybody want to see.
Maryam, I've got some on my radio. So I've got some messages here. They're coming in thick and fast.
Yes,
One of them says, "Hi, the video is really good. What a piece of art that is. Don't take the notice of anybody, Steve or Maryam. People will have their say." Then you got somebody called Rebecca who said, "What a pile of crap. That needs to be put away into a bin and thrown away."
okay. That's like you can't expect everybody to like something, and it's all right. It's all right not to like something.
Mm.
Sometimes,
I Steve, you should be sacked. You should be sacked from your job for playing that. That is something to do with the alcohol. You named it. What a shame on you. I hope you lose a lot of listeners and
oh,
uh,
really?
listeners for that. Well, I've got something to tell you about that. You
Oh,
might not be, you not might not be surprised, but one, I cannot be sacked because I run my own show.
yeah.
Two, I play what I want on here, okay, and I don't care. All right, Maryam has been doing this on this program for a long time, and um, and we love her to bits. So sorry. And
Oh, it's okay to be
number
back.
three, Maryam, I
Yeah,
play
yeah.
what I want. I play what I want, and it's controversial. Yes. When I first saw the video, yes, didn't like it myself, but then I turned around and I watched it again and watched it again, and you've got to watch it a few times to get the drift of it. I'm
And
sorry,
it's
but that's
how
me.
he's focusing on how it's making you feel, because it's a very emotional video, and whatever is it, and it's interesting because the way that people are responding to it, it's also especially when you get really intense reaction, when someone's like, oh, it was horrible, or what a pile of crap. Well, this is awakening something, and that's what art needs to do. And this video is awakening anger, because it's all about anger. This was all about anger. So when somebody's responding with anger, it's a correct response to the video. I think it's
Yeah, yeah,
basically
yeah.
it's
Well,
awakening anger, and it's about, and this video is portraying intolerance, is portraying conflict, is portraying that the forces that are against, you see the people fighting and they're against, and if anybody's reacting the same way, it's basically the response, that's the right response to this
well,
video. It's
well.
correct, yeah.
People want it in my head. They're saying that I need to be sacked.
Why should you be sacked? I mean, anyway, you can't be sacked, but that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, yeah. That's tough because I'm here. Anyway, um, but anyway,
What
and the
was
and
showing
the,
video? And yeah. it's something that will stir up lots of different emotions, and a lot of people would maybe label it with different things. And when he made the work, he knew that that would also happen. So it's that's basically what he expected. So yeah, it's that's the thing when you put yourself out there as an artist. It's a very vulnerable thing to be as an artist, because you put yourself out there and you're going to be judged. And you as well, when you're sharing, Steve, when you're kind of sharing different materials and different things, that's also, you're really putting yourself out there. Just like,
Well, I've got a message for you. Anyway, I'll tell you what, I've shared some stuff and I've got proof for some stuff. So don't worry. Okay, so Maryam, thank you very much for sharing that with me. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so
And
much for sharing it. It's thank you. Really means a lot.
thanks. Yeah, so Maryam's going now. It's leaving me to it. Gotta put up with it. I'll be sat by the next time she be on. So Maryam,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. We
Thank you.
finally did lots of glitches, but we made it.
We did. Thank you, Maryam. Thank you for that.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. You have a beautiful day. Until next time we meet.
Yes, we'll meet again.
Yeah.
See you later.
Don't know
Oh,
when,
and
don't
don't
know.
know how, but we'll meet again some sunny day. See you later.
See you later.